from cleanups to issuance of orders to producer responsibility organizations, directing them to ensure full compliance of the regulation on behalf of their members. To further ensure reduced pollution, NEMA has compelled PRO to take precedence over any other regulatory process and be completed before any project commences. As part of this process, copies of ESIA reports are shared with relevant lead agencies for technical input before a record of decision is made. This multi-agency collaboration enables early identification of negative, ensure that we are protecting our environment. So those are the key steps that we follow up to support the various industries so that there is no pollution that takes place. So that is the question on why, despite audits, only 5 prosecutors and 2 facilities have been closed. With regards to outcome, we continue monitoring. We conduct, as you have seen, the water quality monitoring, air quality monitoring, and other forms of assessment and enforcement by the individuals. So in terms of the publication of the e-waste inventory, it is ongoing, and Honorable Speaker, honorable members, we want to assure you that we'll be able to share that with you for purposes of advocacy, even as we go to implementation. As you are aware, the key thing, the game changer for us was the extended producer responsibility, which has been the Sustainable Waste Management EPR regulation, which now proactively looks into enforcement. Previously, it was about cleanups, but after we had passed the EPR, there is issuance of orders to producer responsibility organizations to ensure full compliance of the regulation on behalf of their members who are the polluters. So they are the ones who are supporting us across the value chain of waste management to ensure that there is that they are managing waste from the waste pickers to the aggregators to the recyclers to safe disposal. They will be receiving a certain amount of money so that they can support in waste management, and this is really a sustainability plan, a revenue generating stream for the value chain actors while we are reducing pollution and ensuring that we have a clean and safe and healthy environment.
Very well, Senator. Now, we, in my dashboard, I have 12 senators who have supplementary questions. So we really must manage our time. If I give you a chance, you should go directly and ask your question. Just one question, so that we can clear the big number of senators who want to engage the CS. So I want to start with the minority Linda.
Asante Mstahiki Speaker. Mstahiki Speaker, nataka kumuuliza Bi Waziri wa Mazingira, Tabia Nchi na Misitu amechukua hatua gani ili kuweza kutetea na ni hatua gani vile vile anaweza kuadhibu hizi kampuni ambazo zinamwaga maji ya sumu au uchafu na yanayotumika katika makampuni. Haya maji yanatumika kutoka kwa zile kampuni ambazo zinamwaga huu uchafu yaliyoko katika mazingira ya Kilifi County, hususan makampuni ambayo yako katika maeneo au mazingira wanaoishi wa Kenya, na vile vile zile kampuni ni zile ziko katika maeneo yako Kilifi, mahali kama Kikambala ama mpaka Mtwapa. Na pia ni hatua gani anaochukua kuweza kuona kwamba maji kama haya yanaweza kuleta ugonjwa katika mazingira, na pia vile vile kuweza kuathiri udongo au mchanga ambao unatumika na maji ambayo yako na maji haya yako na hewa ile yake ambayo ni chafu inatoka katika hayo maeneo. Kwa hiyo ni hatua gani katika wizara yake inaweza inafanya ama imechukua kuona kwamba makampuni kama haya yanazuia uchafu kama huu kutoathiri ardhi na binadamu pia vile vile? Asante Mr. Speaker.
Madam CS, I will request you just record down the questions so that you take at least 5, you can respond to them, and then we proceed in that manner. Senator Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also wish to direct this to the Cabinet Secretary. What happened to the 2017 ban on the polythene bags for single use? Because in some regions, like rural areas, those polythene bags for single use are re-emerging, and it's actually a very serious matter because guys are looking for cheap packaging material. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to know what happened to the order for compensation of the compensation of Uhuru settlement guys who are actually affected, and the court order that they be compensated. I wish to know what NEMA has to say concerning that specific court order. Thank you.
Senator Okenyuri, you know you are my younger sister, so I didn't want to harass you. But kindly stick to one question. Deputy Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am also your young brother, and I hope you're not going to harass me. Mr. Speaker, following the Speaker, I would want to establish through you, Mr. Speaker, whether the Director General of NEMA accompanied the CS to this place.
Are you done with your question?
No, I just want to know, Mr. Speaker. There is a serious issue here, very, very serious issue.
So prosecute your question because the invite was.
Okay, that's fine, Mr. Speaker. That's okay.
We don't invite the Director General.
That's okay, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if the NEMA Director General is not here, I would be requesting the Committee on Environment to bring the Director General at some point to this House. Because the Speaker, NEMA, from where I sit, is a problem, not a solution to the management of environment in this country. They are accomplices in the destruction of our environment. The Speaker, straight to the question to the CS. And I'm happy that the questions were direct, but the responses are all over the page, Mr. Speaker. I have an issue with the Speaker. I asked you to be patient with me, just the way you are patient with your young sister. Mr. Speaker, there is a response on an environmental restoration orders to companies that have been found to be polluting our rivers. And if you look at the response, the Speaker, on page 5, you realize that the responses give a date, just one day, for restoration of rivers that have been destroyed over the years. The Speaker, is the CS serious? Does she want to own these responses, or she wants to throw them back to NEMA? Then we can deal with NEMA when they come here. Because you cannot restore a river for a day, a river that has been destroyed over the years, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
You know, we are dealing with the science. That is why I'm giving members time to explain themselves thoroughly. This is a technical matter that we handle. And mark you, the person chairing is an expert in what you are addressing. So I understand your concerns very well. I'm a marine expert and I know what is happening around. Next is, you know, today my spirit is asking me to recognize the leadership of the House. Deputy Minority Whip, Deputy Minority Whip.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday I had occasion to pass by Lavington Girls, and the most surprising thing, Honorable Speaker, is that Lavington Girls, as the name suggests, is actually in Lavington, and they are still cooking using firewood, Honorable Speaker, and it is causing a very big problem to residents who live behind the school on Doto Road there. The smoke goes directly into their houses. At some point, this administration had assured us that we are going to transition to clean cooking in our schools. So the question that I want to direct to the Minister for Environment, is it still government policy of the Kenya Kwanza administration to transition all public schools from cooking using firewood to clean energy cooking in our schools? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Maybe the last one, then she can answer those. Then I'll pick more. Senator John.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and allow me to first seek your intervention. I had a question for the Minister for Roads and Transport, Mr. Speaker.
The CS for...
I'm coming to that, Mr. Speaker. It's just a comment I'm making, that it's important that we are informed in advance if the CS is not going to be coming, because I'm supposed to be...
take that as your question, that the supplementary question is on the
Mr. Speaker, don't be so hard on me. Although we don't belong to the same political side, Mr. Speaker, please allow me to... I was making a request to you.
So Netanyahu, to just have your seat. You know the chair here, if you have realized what I've done this morning, right? Actually, I've recognized members who are not in the same. The chair is impartial completely. And there is no chair who chairs this House on political issues or political lines. And that is not the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. Maybe other houses, but not in the Senate, not this one. So maybe first you should withdraw your comment, that very negative comment on the chair.
Okay, Chair.
Because I don't mind whatever political space you are occupying.
Okay.
That is your business, you know.
Chair, I'm well guided, Chair. And I withdraw. I was just saying, Chair, I was requesting you that it's important that we be advised in advance, maybe through the order paper.
If you have withdrawn, ask your question, or then we can create some time to discuss the CS for once.
Okay, Chair, I was saying that because I was supposed to be in all Kalau, but I'm here. But let me ask my question, Chair, to the CS on environment. Chair, let me ask the question directly, Chair. Is the CS aware of an arrangement that the government has with avocado processors in Murang'a County to be able to absorb waste? Because, Mr. Speaker, the only useful percentage of an avocado fruit is 5%. So disposal of the 95% waste is a big challenge to avocado processors. And the avocado processors have an arrangement with the government to make arrangement for absorption of the waste. So is the CS aware of this? And what are we doing to assist these processors who are taking up the avocado fruit, especially in Murang'a County? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I do apologize if by my comment I hurt you. I was only requesting you to intervene in that matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam CS, you can answer those 5 questions, then we make progress.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. First of all, regarding the e-waste inventory, it was done in all the 47 counties, as I had said, and this was through NEMA and World Bank, and they published the report, and the report is on the website. And as I had said clearly, following the reports that we received, they were able to guide us in coming up with the Environmental Management Coordination Acts, amending them, and ensuring that we have incorporated the concerns that we had highlighted. And then the other question was for regulatory impact assessment. That was also done.
Madam says if you could also maybe identify the senator's question that you're answering, so that we are clear, so that we don't repeat again.
Yes, this was for...
To know the members slowly, so that you just select on the name. Proceed, Madam CS. Are you listening to the members? Just listen to the chair. On the senators.
So the e-waste collection centers are in Kisumu, also in Mombasa, and additional 2 counties. Both have been established and are running. So we continue with the support in e-waste collection. And the question on non-compliance is for the people who have been prosecuted, ODPP are the ones, we channel that to ODPP. There was a question with regards to water pollution and air pollution within the coastal region. Sorry, I was scribbling very fast. Recently, the ministry had launched the COSEM for continuous monitoring, water quality monitoring, air quality monitoring across the country, whereby we have also instructed the companies, the manufacturing industries to ensure that the machinery is there and we are assessing the quality, so that if it is above a certain threshold and that Kenyans are really being exposed to this kind of waste, then the ministry and NEMA is able to take action. So the process is ongoing. We had the acts, the regulations are there. Now we have moved to implementation. And I can really tell you that the work is ongoing and monitoring and evaluation is taking place. It was just 1 month ago when I was in NEMA, I was able to see the dashboard. We were able to identify the notorious companies, and we are able to address the issues exhaustively. So the support is really for all the manufacturing companies, the industries, to be able to install, and then for NEMA, we are able to do that on our part, but also we are encouraging the industries and manufacturing companies to install. That way we can be able to exhaustively monitor whenever there are increased emissions within our environment. So I can assure you that is ongoing, air quality as well as water quality monitoring. Even recently, I think it was 3 months ago, where we were able to close one of the facilities where we had untreated effluent discharge into our Athi River, and we were able to close very quickly. And the measures that took place are also water quality monitoring to be able to assess and see what kind of effluent is being discharged. Is it treated or untreated? So I can assure you that work is ongoing in terms of monitoring emissions into our environment. The regulations on e-waste. The regulations on e-waste have been developed. They are still pending at AG's office. We continue to push to ensure that we can have them exhaustive and implemented holistically. In terms of industries, all industries are required to have pre-treatment of waste, as I had said, and we are monitoring the effluent, as I had said. The Owino Uhuru budget plan for this financial year is 200 million. It has been included in the budget. We hope we can get the money so that we can address that concern. Then on clean cooking, a lot has been done on clean cooking. First of all, we developed our nationally determined contribution. The second one, actually, we were second in Africa in bringing that to the global team. We have developed our national climate change action plan, and one of the areas we are looking at is the green transition and clean cooking. So we work with the Ministry of Energy to support them in developing the climate action plan that is transitioning to clean cooking. We've been able to reach out to multiple partners who support us in financing, including GCF, GEF, IUCN, among others. GCF was able to support us, and the resources will be used to transition most of our schools into clean cooking. But far beyond that, we have our carbon markets. We have our designated national authority when it comes to the carbon space. A lot of these projects are in clean cooking, and we are also encouraging the project developers in matters clean cooking, even as we look to the hard to abate projects as a country. So many of them have registered, so we can really confidently say that Kenya is moving into clean cooking. Additionally, IUCN has had technologies in Kajiado, demonstration centers, to support even homesteads in matters of clean cooking, institutions, and technology. But what I request, because this is a huge topic and it needs for us to work together with the Ministry of Environment, we request for more time to give you a comprehensive, consolidated report how Kenya is really transitioning into clean cooking. So thank you. The last question was on avocado, processing and organic waste. Kenya waste is predominantly organic waste, and we take this seriously as the ministry and as NEMA. And NEMA has licensed facilities to treat organic waste. What we are currently encouraging the governors is to really look at circular economy, because waste management is devolved. And seeing how we can partner, we can coordinate to improve the waste management and circular economy. And you can see what is going on currently in Nairobi, where we are addressing the concerns in a Dandora site. Predominantly, it's organic waste that needs to be addressed, and really that can produce, whether it's waste to energy, whether it's fertilizers, and that, again, is really bringing money into the pockets of Kenyans. So we are working. We have supported in terms of the technical, the legislative component. Now, when it comes to implementation, we are continuing to license to ensure that we are addressing organic waste, including the avocado waste. So I think those are the questions. Thank you.
There was an issue raised by Senator Kenyuri on the polythene bags.
Yes, yes. So for polythene bags, we continue with the banning. We take note. of the concerns and enforcement, we will really ensure that we are strengthening the enforcement. But let us remember, far beyond the plastic bags, we even have the plastic bottles and other plastic wastes. That is why we had to work on the extended producer responsibility, which was passed. And this looks at how we can work with the polluters to ensure that they are paying principal, to ensure that the resources they are having is going back to address the waste that is being produced, yeah? What the manufacturers are producing. And as I said, it looks at the whole life cycle. So the EPR is really the way to go. It is all about creating jobs for the waste pickers, for the aggregators, for the transporters, and for safe. Will be able to get resources. And this is because the polluters will pay principal and the resources are going to be used in waste management. So we are creating jobs, we are recycling, and this is coming all up into the circular economy space.
Are you not satisfied with the response? Yeah, just do a clarification very fast, then we give other members
Actually,
an
Speaker,
opportunity.
I wanted your help because you know you are an elder. Perhaps you can translate to me what the CS has said in regards to the transition in schools from firewood cooking to clean energy. Because an answer like the one she has given has left me more confused as to where we are with that program. What I expected, Honorable Speaker, is to be told we have X number of public schools that use firewood to cook. We have received a certain amount of money. This is the total budget. We have done 10% of the schools. The program will run for 6 months. We expect to be completed before the elections. I mean, that is an answer. But whatever rumblings that have come from the Speaker, from the CS, have left me more confused.
Okay.
I don't know what the answer was.
Okay, so Madam CS, that issue on the cooking stoves, I heard you say comment about the policy that you want to implement, and you requested for more time to submit that to this house, isn't it? But can you maybe comment directly on Lavington girls, because that is the issue.
Yes, Your Excellency, as I had said earlier, we request more time. Why? Because first of all, the implementer is the Ministry of Energy. For us, we give the policy. It's green transition. Number two, we need real-time data where we are currently. We need to map out, I need to talk to the officers so that we're able to map out and give the tangible data where we are in terms of transitioning. That is why I have requested, and you know it's also working with the Ministry of Education in the schools, working with the Ministry of Energy, and then ourselves. So if you can give us ample time, 2 weeks is adequate, we'll give you a substantive answer.
Senator Sifuna, I think now you are comfortable with that response. Yes. Okay. Senator Catherine Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to ask a question. Honorable Speaker, I listened very carefully when the CS responded to the question by Senator Hamida. And Honorable Speaker, as an expert, you say you're an expert in this. I think you are an expert in this. I think what the CS did was just to repeat what the laws and regulations say. The CS did not respond to the real issues about the levels of pollution in this country. Honorable Speaker, I would want to ask whether when last the NEMA engaged with the industries that are polluting our water resources around Western Kenya. Let me pick that. But let me not just pick Western Kenya. If you walk around Nairobi River, it is black. Lake Victoria is so polluted. River Maji Masafi in Kibos is so polluted. And yet it's called Maji Masafi by Kibos Sugar Company. All our sugar companies are polluting the rivers next to them. They dump bagasse everywhere, and you don't need to be an environmental expert to see this. It can be seen with the naked eye. When last did the CS get a report on what is being done about pollution by all these? If we can answer even for the sugar industries alone, where bagasse is all over, methane pollution is everywhere. Can you really tell us that those beautiful regulations you are reading, which we know are very good because some of them were made here. In fact, the law was made here. The regulations were ratified from this house. Our question is how you are implementing them. Don't tell us how good they are.
Senator Mugatana.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Minister for the very elaborate answer that he has given this morning. Mr. Speaker, my question is on enforcement. The Minister has told us in financial year 2024-2025, 5 people were arrested and prosecuted for violations in regard to illegal release into effluent, into our rivers. She has also said that 2 facilities were issued with closure orders. Mr. Speaker, this is what Kenyans want to hear. What action are you taking as a minister? Mr. Speaker, the people of Tana River today are suffering because there is gypsum mining. And Mr. Speaker, when the gypsum is mined in open pit, it is left like that. There is serious environmental degradation. When did she last send inspectors to go and arrest and prosecute the violators of environmental degradation? Mr. Speaker, Kenyans know police officers because if you mess, they will pick you up. Kenyans know the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. If you mess, you are setting up your illegal pharmacy, they will pick you up. But who are these MCA enforcement officers? Who are the Environmental Management Coordination Act enforcement officers? We want them to visit Tana River. Mr. Speaker, those open pits of gypsum in Charidende, in Bilbil, in Bangale, those open, they are killing animals, they are killing people, and nothing is happening. When are you going to send enforcement officers like the Pharmacy and Poisons Board to arrest people and prosecute them? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Manzo.
Mr. Speaker, could the CS explain the status of cleaning up Nairobi River, bearing in mind this is a river which goes to River Athi and all the way to Malindi, and that this is the river we are about to dam, Thwake Dam, which is expected to give water supplies to Kitui County, Makueni County, Machakos County, and Kajiado, and even Konza City. What is the status of cleanness of that river?
Senator Eonda Bonikarwale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Environment is missing in Kisumu County and Kakamega County. Could the minister make an undertaking that she's going to immediately, possibly tomorrow, dispatch her team from Nairobi to go and see for herself how raw sewage at Ahero town is released into River Nyando, and see for herself how raw sewage is splashing in the city center of Kakamega town. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Okoiti.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And thank you, CS, for your response. I would like to comment on the report that's at number I of the report, the environmental and social impact assessment process. The CS has referred to section 58 of the MCA, which requires that the ESIA process take precedence over any other regulatory process and be completed before any project commences as part of this process and so forth. Now, Mr. Speaker, I would request the attention of the Minister, because she's discussing and I'm talking. So my question is the Cabinet Secretary in preparing this place, because I have quashed very many ESIA reports in court because they have been found to be fictitious, the latest being the one for the affordable housing project in Langata. And Mr. Speaker, in my interrogation with that, I came to see that there could be a problem with section 58 clause 2. I'm laying the ground for my question. So my question is,
Senator Mtata, time to, I told you this is science, it's not other things. Just ask your question, Senator Okio Mtata.
Section 58 clause 2, you quoted section 58, clause 2 provides that a project proponent will hire a NEMA approved consultant, expert to do an environmental assessment and then make a report. That section, by ceding the regulatory authority back to the person being oversighted, does it create a problem in your experience? Because if I'm paying the person doing the oversight, who is going to write the EISA report on a project, does that person remain a regulator, or does he become my consultant? And if that's the case, how does the regulatory authority enforce the NEMA requirements through a third party who is hired by the person being oversighted, paid by the person being oversighted, to write a report regulating the person paying that person? I want to understand that, because there's a major problem with the NEMA, and as it was observed earlier by Senator Wambua, that the NEMA is a problem.
Have you asked your question?
So
that is enough, because you're asking who should do the report.
Yes, I've asked, have you looked at section 58, clause 2? I was just elaborating for the benefit of the House, because I've had the chance to read the section, and maybe the members have not read the section. So I need just for the benefit of the House to bring it out, so that does that section cause a problem in terms of NEMA regulating developers? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
And members kindly just go straight to the question. Because I have still several senators queuing here, and also time is not with us. We have done almost 1.5 hours with SES.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my question to the Cabinet Secretary is, what are you doing to enforce the release of raw sewer into Nairobi Dam? All the estates around Nairobi Dam, when it rains, that is a time to release raw waste into that